Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, welcome. We're the Garso Twins. I'm Carly.
And I'm Britta.
We try to upload weekly. We do favorites videos, get ready with us. We talk about makeup, books, lots of different things here.
Yeah, we'd love it if you would subscribe.
And today we are doing our current favorites. This is kind of a delayed October favorites because we are in November and we hadn't had a chance to film. So we have a lot of random things to get through. Let's jump into it. We have several bags to discuss, which is super random for us. First of all being this bag from Target for walking your dog. It may not look like anything special, but let me just show you why it's so special. So we got this on clearance. It was part of their Cuddle collab, and I want to say it was like $10 on sale. It's super well made. First of all, it has the strap that you can either wear on your waist or we wear it like around like a body bag, but then it also has this way to detach it, which I feel like is definitely helpful for those that like the buckle they might struggle with the buckle. This is way easier to do. So first of all, that's already a win. Secondly, you have this pocket for little baggies that you need to clean up after your pet. This pouch right here, I usually put my phone in on the walk, and then this front one I think you could use for like training treats. And then this big one is so big, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but this is what I keep in here to ward off the coyotes. So we have this mini air horn, a little flashlight, but we also have a larger flashlight that we carry with us. And then I saw someone say that you should put like coins in a metal box because they really hate the sound of that. And there's like a little pocket for that and everything. So all in all,
so we're not
so
crazy.
nice.
We literally live amongst the coyotes.
Yeah,
we try our best not to be very scared of them.
No, it's my like worst nightmare though, like my worst, but actually worst fear, I think.
I think it's my worst fear too.
Yeah,
is
so
our dogs being hurt by coyotes.
We are going to be prepared. And this bag, like we have bags that we walk with on like our coffee walks that we wear around our body, but they don't like lay super flat. And this one, for whatever reason, like lays really like snug to your body, but it still like is comfortable. And this is like the best bag I've ever.
And it seems weatherproof.
I don't know what it's
made
because it has like a nylon on it, and it comes in this green color or like a cream color as well. It's just phenomenal, and I had to mention it especially because I believe it's still available and it's still like $10. Okay, talk about bags I love. I think this is my new favorite like purse I own, which is saying so much because I love my Pantene bag, but I got this bag from Madewell. It's called the Mini Shopper Tote in patent leather, and I'd seen people post about the plum version when it first came out a couple months ago, and I saw someone talk about it on Reddit, and people were like, this bag is gorgeous, it looks way nicer than the price. And then they sold out of the plum. Then they launched it in black. Now both shades are back in stock, but I'm really happy I got the black. At the time it was my only option, but black goes with everything. I'm not a patent leather person. I don't like shiny things in general. Like, I'm much more of like a matte leather person, but I love the idea of this bag because in the reviews people said like it's not too shiny, and because it's patent, like all the graining shows, and I think that just adds so much texture to like a boring outfit, and I often wear boring outfits. So I love this bag, and let me tell you, I used a gift card that I had plus 15% off. Plus, then they did like a better sale before this bag arrived, so I emailed them and asked to do a price adjustment. They said they usually don't, but they would this time, and so I got this for such a good deal, and I'm so pleased about it. It's magnetic closure. It doesn't have a zipper, but that doesn't bother me. And there's no interior pockets, or there's one, but it's not like there's a ton. But somehow things just don't get lost because it has like a really nice flat bottom. I love this bag so much. How chic is it? I love it so much. I too bought a bag from Madewell. This is the fold over flap shoulder bag, and I have a little bit of a story as well. So I saved this when it first launched because I think the full price is like $140 for a leather bag that is a steal. And I tried to buy it, but it sold out like immediately. There are only 5 reviews, or at least when I bought this, there were 5 reviews. Everybody gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I was like, I know this bag is special. I need it in my life. So I turned on, they don't have like in in-stock notifications, or at least I didn't see that option, but I have the Karma app, so I signed up with Karma to get alerted when this goes back in stock. So it went back in stock one day randomly. We were like sitting in the office and I was trying to buy it, but I think it was one bag that wasn't in stock because I kept trying to check out and it wouldn't let me. Like Carly was sitting next to me and I was like, oh, this is so frustrating. I tried like incognito. You guys, I probably did it like 10 times and finally it let me complete the purchase, and I felt like it was so meant to be, and it was on sale that day. So I think I got this for $100, like all in. It's so beautiful. I love the gold accents. Like it's really nice, like weighted metal, and I like the gold color against the black. And the fold over flap is perfect for me because I was using the Madewell bucket bag, but as Carly was saying, like things like don't get lost in the one she has, but the bucket bag, I was finding things really do get lost. Her bucket bag is like the small one,
The
and
small
it's
one. Weirdly small for a
it's
bucket
not
bag.
weirdly small. I mean, yeah, if it was a
Because
normal,
it tapers down, so then your
it
base
doesn't taper.
Oh, I thought it did.
It doesn't taper,
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, a normal bucket bag for sure. I would lose some things in there, but even the small one, it's just, you know, it's kind of like longer, so I just lose things. So I realized that about myself. I prefer something oblong like this because I can easily find things, and same as Carly's,
Magnetic.
it's just magnetic. But I love that because if I'm at the store, I can like easily get my phone out. If I need to like look at a shopping list, I can easily like grab my chapstick. It fits everything. Like this, because that was the one thing people said in the reviews, was that it was small, and I'm like, this is not small in my opinion. This is perfectly sized. It's like, it's malleable, so I feel like it's actually lays on the shoulder. Like my Gucci bag, that vintage one that I have, is a shoulder bag, but it's kind of rigid, so it can fall off the shoulder easier. It doesn't bother me, but I love everything about this, and I can't believe how good of a deal it is. Like Madewell is where it's at for bags. Well, yeah, well I will say, so they have another shopper tote that I always liked the look of, but the reason I love this one is because it's wide with long straps. And the strap is the perfect length to put around your shoulder. Like it doesn't get too like in your armpit, if you know what I mean. Yeah, mine is adjustable, but same thing. Hopefully you can see. It's like,
Yeah, not too short.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Wow, you
great.
guys. Okay, we don't have a ton of beauty favorites actually.
Yeah,
but
I think
like 4.
Oh, that is more than I thought.
Okay, I have this mascara favorite. It's the M Cosmetics Shape Shift mascara. I'm actually not wearing it today. But I usually hate tubing formulas, and I love this formula. I've talked about it before in here, so I won't talk too long, but it just does such a good job. It's not too wet, which is huge. Most tubing formulas are wet. That's just the nature of the formula, but it's not too wet. It goes on so black, but the brush, I usually also don't like molded wands that much, but the brush with the formula does allow you to like really separate the lashes. I do have to do like a little bit of wiggling, but the thing I think I like about it the most is that it holds a curl like no other. Most mascaras now, I don't know, as I've aged, my lashes just fall throughout the day, and I'm fine with that. It is what it is. Either they're too heavy or they just don't have like the properties of like the hold. And often tubing mascaras are too heavy. Like everyone loves that Thrive mascara. I never liked it because it always weighed down my lashes. This somehow is like thick enough to really define the lashes, like I said, super black, but does not drop at all. And I love that. It doesn't flake, it lasts all day, it makes my lashes look amazing. I'm so impressed by this mascara. I have a couple beauty favorites. First is the Jouer Essential Lip Enhancer. I know I talked about this in a weekly favorites, but I finished it, so I put it in this monthly or like a couple months favorites because I truly love this formula so much. It is just, it's like a pretty, it is still cushiony, but it's super emollient. I can't even think of something to compare it to. Maybe the Rhode would be the most like this in terms of texture and emolliency, because it's definitely like more emollient than the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm or the Naturium Phyto Glow. But I usually just wear this at home because it actually treats the lips. I feel like it actually treats dry lips, which is what it's called, a essential lip enhancer, conditioning lip treatment, and I feel like that's actually accurate. Whereas a lot of those like glossy lip balms I feel like are just more so for like, you can throw them over a lip liner and with a little bit of pigment and wear them as a lip product, whereas this actually treats dry lips, so I love that aspect. I'm not going to repurchase quite yet because I just got the Laneige lip mask. That one isn't as moisturizing in my opinion, but I do still like it, so I'll probably go through that before repurchasing it, but I just love this and like nobody talks about it. And then my other lip product is the Essence The Slim Stick Long Lasting Lipstick in Chocoholic. I talked about this in a little reel that I did. This is like a $5 lip product.
That would be a really pretty eyeshadow color too.
Yeah, I'm wearing it today.
Oh yeah.
It's so pretty, and it's like such a creamy matte, so it's not transfer proof by any means, which doesn't bother me. I'd rather have something that looks a little bit more flattering on the lips, like it doesn't accentuate lip lines as much, and have to reapply it, than something that's super drying, you know? I like the packaging, I like the slim stick. I love the shade. This color is so pretty. I feel like I was wearing this in some pictures on Instagram, and I got lots of questions about it, and it's $5. Jen Phelps talked about these, and I don't think she got this shade, but this shade spoke to me on the Ulta website. So I want to get some more shades because I love the formula. It's like a thin, lightweight, matte, very comfortable.
Okay, I think everyone online has been talking about Gap lately.
Yeah.
Which it's been my favorite store all year, so I feel very validated in that. But specifically, people were going crazy over the flannel pajama pants.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just was looking for cotton pajama pants.
Oh no, people were like, these are amazing.
Oh.
Or like their pajamas in general are amazing. Well, and just people love their sweaters too.
Yeah.
They just love everything. And so we both ordered them, and I immediately placed another order for another pair because
I got two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're so soft. They're 100% cotton. We did get small petite, and we were saying that we didn't realize, like, we don't dry them. You're supposed to lay them flat to dry so they don't shrink, and I just kind of like crumpled them up so they're really not nice. But even without drying them, they definitely still shrunk a little. So I think I would get the normal.
I think so. They're
regular.
like super linty apparently too.
Honestly, we have like major issues with our washing machine.
There's just so much lint in the air.
We have so many issues with our washing machine. We talked about this at length. I can't talk about it because it makes me so mad. So it basically like leaves lint on everything.
Yeah.
We don't know why.
Okay, so Carly might need to lint roll those, but aside from that, I mean, I have the black pair and there's no lint on them. And they're so comfortable. And don't let flannel scare you, because I know flannel can be associated with like very warm for like cold, super cold places, but it's actually kind of lightweight. I switched to this Pantene conditioner probably about a month ago. It's the Pantene Daily Moisture Renewal Conditioner. This was like $5. First of all, I like that it's in a tube packaging. I like the tube. It's easier to like, you know, use in the shower. Our friends, Apina and Kat, both swear by Pantene, and they have the means to buy more expensive products, but they're like, no, Pantene's where it's at. And I was using Davinas, and I still really love the Davinas with the hair oil. I like the hair oil. I'm still using the shampoo, but for some reason the conditioner, I felt like it was making my hair more dry, and I switched to this and can attest that maybe it wasn't even like an apples to apples comparison, but using this has been such a game changer. Like, my hair is so much more manageable. When I go to brush it when it's wet, even I was using the same leave-in product, so none of that had changed, and it's just way less snarly, way easier to brush through, and it actually, I feel like, adds more shine to my hair and softness, and it's literally so inexpensive. And I know there are like several different kinds. I asked Athena and she was like, oh, Pantene is good, so you can't go wrong. I just got this one because they had it in the store, but if you have recommendations on Pantene products you love, let me know. Okay, before we get into our fiction books, I want to talk about, so I love Molly Baz's first cookbook, Cook This Book, and I cooked a lot of things in that book, and it's so good. But this was on sale for Prime Day a while back, and I got it. And full disclosure, I have not made anything. I'm making the first recipe tonight, but I wanted to put it in this because I thought, it's called More is More, so I thought that it was going to be more challenging than her other cookbook, but it's not really. And even the ingredients, like, I was like, oh, maybe she'll use like funky ingredients that are hard to find, but I've like looked through this entire book and bookmarked all the ones I want to make, and they're not more challenging. So like, they're a little like funkier, I guess, but definitely not more challenging. There's more like cocktail recipes in this one. I actually think there's more vegetarian ones in this. I know she's not vegetarian, so she doesn't try to make her books vegetarian friendly. But I found her first book to have a lot of, like, it was, I mean, this one's meat heavy too. She actually loves meat, I think.
Yeah, well, but the best thing about her books is that she like literally categorizes it so easily. So there's like a chicken section, or like I think even this one has like a meat section, another meat section. There's an egg section, and we're not big egg people, so I even like that because, oh, this is cute. She like wrote it to Los Angeles. I didn't even see that at the beginning.
Honestly, I love how like holistic her whole brand is. All of her brands match her whole persona.
Yeah, honestly, she's killing it. People have hated this font, I will agree. When I went through this book, I was like, this is really hard to read. And I get where she was coming from, but it's just hard to read. Oh, I wanted to mention, this book has way better dessert recipes than her first one. I still think if you were to decide between the two, the first one is more, I don't know, more of like staples, but I know that she's not really known for desserts, and so I don't expect to get dessert recipes from her, but there are like amazing dessert recipes in here that I really cannot wait to make. I'm gonna show you the one I'm gonna make today, and then we can move on. Okay, I'm making this tonight. It's dilly beans and burrata with frizzled shallots.
Frizzled shallots.
If you guys want to know anything about Britt and I, it's that we love a fried shallot.
Yeah.
If a fried shallot is on anything on the menu that doesn't have meat, I will be ordering it. So wish me luck. I'm going to have to fry 4 whole medium shallots. But I'm very excited. It looks really good. We love beans.
Yes.
And the base is like beans, the shallots.
And everyone should be eating more beans.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Beans, shallots, garlic, red onion, dill, burrata cheese, salt and pepper, and some vinegar. So, sounds really great. I will report back. And yeah, get Molly Bass's cookbooks. They're great. Okay, my favorite book I've read in the month-ish since we've last filmed is The Ex-Vows by Jessica Joyce. So this follows 2 exes that basically come together for like a destination wedding for their mutual best friend, and the original wedding venue, like something happened, so they have to move the wedding to a new location very quickly. So these 2, since they're like co-maid of honors, have to go there and get it prepped for the wedding. And while they're there, they, you know, try like communicate again and try to like get to know each other again. They're both like kind of hurt by the whole situation. Their names are Georgia and Eli. And it was just so good. I don't want to say too much, but if you like an exes reuniting trope, this is possibly the best one I've ever read. It was so like real and raw, and well, I guess, okay, very similar to Win and Harriet and Happy Place. How there wasn't like, you know, like it wasn't
They were
just
like
a,
recent exes, weren't they?
this is pretty recent too. It's like
Oh, okay.
it's like 3 years later maybe, or maybe it's like 5. So not super recent, but there's no love lost is what I'm getting at. It's not like exes that hate each other. So really loved this. It was really sweet. Just a really sweet book. Highly recommend for anyone that's looking for a good romance book.
My book is that I read it a while ago actually, or I finished it in October. It's Lease on Love by Fallon Ballard, and I had never read anything by her before, but I added a bunch to the library because I really like her writing style. It says Beach Read meets The Flat Share, so that kind of like sets up if you like both of those books, which I haven't read The Flat Share, but I have read Beach Read and love it. It is about Sadie, and she is a single gal, kind of like a little bit lost in life, and she needs to find she thinks she's on a dating app, but it's actually a roommate search app. So she goes to meet this guy, and he thinks that he's interviewing her to like live with him as his roommate, but she thinks they're on a date. So it already starts off like kind of funny and like a little bit of a mix-up, which usually I don't love that, but the way they did it was cute. So anyway, Sadie ends up moving into Jack's home that he has, and he's a bit of a recluse. They don't really communicate at all, like at first. They don't even really like see each other, but then slowly but surely, like Jack starts to open up to Sadie. You find out that his parents like recently passed away, and so he's like dealing with that grief, and so they kind of like use each other for support. Like Sadie gets him to open up and like feel again, and Jack really helps Sadie fulfill her dreams of opening her own flower shop. And so I love that through the whole book, like you just see this like mutual care and respect through both of them, and it's a very like will they won't they throughout the whole thing. I don't want to give too much away, but it was such a cute read. I like blew through it because I didn't want to put it down. I did end up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't like a perfect 5 out of 5, but very easy read, and I really loved it. One more thing with my book,
one of the main characters goes through like putting way too much of his life into work and then ends up leaving his job, and that was super relatable, and they wrote it very realistically. I don't know if the author had firsthand experience with this, but I absolutely loved that point in the story. Thank you guys so much for watching our favorites video. It was a little bit long-winded, but thanks for sticking with us, and we will try to do a November favorites before we do our like best of the year.